Hi, this is Professor Pete. I'm here interviewing Grandmaster Pete Morales. Grandmaster, how did you get involved in the martial arts?
Well, when I was 13 years old and I was living in Hawaii, I was born and raised in Hawaii, karate was actually a hidden sport. And I seen one of my friends execute karate, against another person, and I thought, man, that was pretty neat, So I asked him if I could learn that, and he says, yeah, but you know what, I got to ask my dad first, because they actually didn't teach karate to kids. And so he asked his dad, and I met his dad, and I really got involved with karate. At that time, judo was the biggest thing. Nobody knew what karate was or anything. It was really a hidden sport. If you took karate, you was the bad guy. If you took judo, you was the good guy. So, everybody in those days wanted to be the bad guy. But once I started my martial art training, I could not believe how many people was actually taking karate. Karate was the number one sport in Hawaii at that time. And then I got to meet, the Sijo, and I got to meet his brothers and some of the black belts, and I was just a kid, so they didn't take me serious. So I told myself, in order for them to take me serious, I got to be serious in the art. And I started the art. And, I studied since 1953. I received my black belt in 1959. And I stopped training for a while, went in service. When I got out of the service, I continued my training. But all through my service time, I studied a little in Guam, and I studied a little in Japan. And when I came back to the mainland, I met my instructor, which had a school, and I told him, I says, hey, you know what? I says, I want you to teach my son. And he told me, he said, I make a deal with you. You teach my class, I'll teach your son. And then I've been in it ever since. And this was in 1972.
And what style of martial arts do you do?
We teach Kajukenbo, which is 5 arts. It's Japanese karate, judo, seditsu, kempo, and Chinese boxing, all combined in one. And this, like I say, was started in 1947 in Hawaii.
Yeah. And what year did you open your first school?
I opened Golden Dragon in 1974. When I opened my school, I had 18 students, and out of the 18 students, 8 of them was my relatives, and I told them, you got to come down here and make it look like a karate school. And so they came down, and they invited their friends, and we actually got up to 116 students. And the reason why I picked the name Golden Dragon is gold is power, okay? Gold stands for wealth, and the dragon is superior, So I said, well, you know what? That's what my school's going to be. It's going to be a powerful school, and I want, one of the characters, Chinese characters, to represent my school. So I picked Golden Dragon. Over the years, like I say, we actually was known throughout California because of our toughness. When we went to tournaments, I heard people on the side says, oh man, Golden Dragon is here today. And they kind of feared that name, till today, they know who we are. We, like I said, we've been around for years. There's a few schools now that my black belts open here. We have Haynes Martial Art, we have Ways Martial Art, we have an instructor teaching at Fremont YMCA. I have a school down in Long Beach. I have a black belt that teaches in Las Vegas. So they're now spreading the knowledge of what I taught them. And, they're continuing the Golden Dragon legacy.
How many black belts do you have under you?
I got 39 black belts.
So I understand Kajukenbo was the first MMA.
Correct. You got to remember, we stood up and fought. We boxed that person and everything. We took that person down in judo, and with jiu-jitsu. Once you got him on the ground, you never stop. You continue fighting that person until that person is out or gives up on you. So to us, Kajukenbo was really the designer of MMA.
And you've had fighters get in the ring?
Correct. I had 3 professional fighters. One of my fighters, he used to fight in open tournaments, and this was point fighting. And he came up to me one day and he says, Seafood, it's too easy. He says, man, he says, I want to bang. And that time, full contact was just being born. And so I told him, I said, hey, you want to train for full contact? We'll train you for full contact. And this was Chris Brinkerhoff. And he went on to win 7 world titles. He had 1 defeat, but all of his fights, it came easy for him because of the training that he went through and, the devotion he put into the art. And there was followers that, they seen him fight and they go, man, I want to be Chris. And I says, no, just be who you are and get in their ring and start fighting. So I trained 2 other fighters and they became champions. We went as far as Reno and Tahoe and, Oregon for these fights, but these kids devoted their life to full contact.
So out of all the different martial arts that you've trained in and then all the different knowledge you have, what do you say is the most effective art?
I would say Kajukenbo till today, not because I take it, but because of the training that you go through, the different styles you learn, and Kajukenbo is a never-ending, knowledge. Every time they see something new, they bring it into Kajukenbo. Over the years, they brought stick fighting into Kajukenbo, which stick fighting was an ancient, art, and it was new to Kajukenbo. But today, stick fighting is part of Kajukenbo, and no matter what style stick fighting we bring it into the art. Here in our style, we teach 3 different types of stick fighting. So it's a never learning, ending learning art. We keep learning, we keep going out there and learning different styles, different systems. There's different arts that try to follow Kajukenbo. There's a lot of arts that put different, moves into their style because they thought, geez, if Kajukenbo can be that effective, there must be a reason.